I've gone through my ups and my downs when it comes to friendships. I've had my losses. I've had, my reconciliations when it comes to friendships. And, I think for the most part, I feel like I've made my friendships a big priority in my life in order for me to be able to, have good friendships and be a good friend. Like, I've tried to evolve and own up to my mistakes and own up to my to whatever issues I've had that contributed to me not being a good friend, and being accepting of others' friendships. I say that all to say how society and as a whole, as a collective, we've prioritized romantic friendship and romantic love that we don't often talk about out loud or all the time, about the heartbreak that comes with certain friendship breakups or certain friendship when it comes to relationships with friends, or the ins and outs, the ups and the downs when it comes to friendship. And I'm not even speaking in terms of like having a fake friend or having a friendship breakup. I'm speaking in terms of the relationship that it takes to have a friend, and the ups and the downs, like not meeting eye to eye with everything, having miscommunication, having that fear that you're gonna lose a friend, being misunderstood or feeling misunderstood by a friend, or feeling like you have to fight for a friendship, or not knowing if you should have a breakup within a friendship, because not a lot of people talk about the fact that there are friendships that you're not sure about, if a friend is being abusive or whatnot, and then comes a friendship breakup. And a lot of the times friendship breakups come because things weren't said, or things weren't clear, or things weren't faced right at appropriate times. Things were just pushed under the rug because we don't approach relationships with friendships the way that we do with romantic relationships. There's a whole couples therapy section of therapy and all these other things like love languages and all these videos and seminars and webinars and help when it comes to couples and making a relationship work, and what a woman and what a man should do, or what a partner and another partner should do, etc. But not a lot of people talk about the the hard work that it takes for a friendship to make it many years, because friends are people you choose to have in your life. They're not people that are there giving you something like a romantic connection, but they are still people that you are intimate with. And I don't know, like they don't, like, a lot of people don't talk about the fact that there are friendships that you have a distance, that there's a disconnect or a distance there that happens sometimes in life because you drift apart, or you're just you're doing your own thing, and it's natural, or it happens for whatever reason, and no one talks about how it hurts tremendously, or it's like an ache within you. It's almost even deeper than the ache that you get within a romantic relationship, and it might even be coinciding within that same realm, in the sense of like that same ache you sometimes get when you miss a relationship, a person that you're with romantically, and then you have that kind of like in the equation of friendship, though without the romance of it or the sexuality of it, but that intimacy of like, I had a friend that was there with me for so long, for years and years, and then all of a sudden they're not in the same precipice, or you can't just talk to them for whatever reason. If something happened, or a situation occurred, or you guys drifted apart, and you just don't have that same reciprocity of like back and forth, of being able to call this person up. But then you have those moments where you think, this thing made me think of them, and this other thing made me think of them. And then you have like times of your life that you go through where you miss them, and it's real. It's a real feeling. Like, it's so real. you miss their presence in your life regardless of who they are now. Like, I think a lot of people have this excuse, and I think it's a way for us to kind of glaze over the fact that we miss friends, and we say, oh, we miss the idea of people. But in reality, it's like, you might still love a person, you might still love their soul, you might have grown to love a person and grown to care about a person's soul and grown to care about who they were and who they were going to become, and knew that they weren't going to be everything you thought they were going to be, or they were going to become other people that they are at that point, and you know that they are someone completely different, and yet you still miss their presence in your life. And I feel like it's a very validated feeling. Like, that's something that I feel we should talk about more. We should open a conversation more and be honest with other friends, and like make the effort to put friendships at a priority in our list of like priorities when it comes to the relationships in our lives. And I know there's a lot of people who do, and maybe you are someone who does, but like, I think a big part of it is being able to be uncomfortable in conversations and uncomfortable in situations, and like not listening to other people's opinions or other people's insight about what you should or shouldn't do in a situation, because your life is your life and you have to live it in the way that you know is right for you, because nobody knows your heart, no one knows your mind, no man knows your heart, no man knows your mind, no man knows that. And there might be friends that do know a lot of that, and you might miss them, or there might be friends that you grew apart from, or whatever the case, and they might know, and they're not in your life, right? And it's so hard to deal with that kind of feeling, that kind of like loss of like, you know that they're connected to you at a heart and on a soul level, and it's not in your mind and it's not in your head, and you're not just imagining it. And whether it was due to pride or ego or whatever the case, like, you know, but yet you both still feel each other, you both still miss each other's conversations and insights and way of thinking of like, and growing, because you grew together. And so I do feel like the more we talk about that, the more that we're real with each other, the more we speak life into each other, the more we speak about how much love we have for one another, and allowing us not to misconstrue that and make it more than that, you know, like confuse it for romance or confuse it for anything else. I think that the more freedom we're going to have in order to save relationships and friendships that were meant to be longer than what they have lived out, and making time for friends and being honest with each other. And you know what, being real with each other about when one of us isn't the best friend to the other, or like being open to us ourselves knowing where we are self-sabotaging in a friendship, or where we are you know, not holding the right space for one another. And you know, that goes to show for every relationship in our lives, but friendships in general, I feel, don't get the same love and attention, and I feel that they deserve it more than anything, because our friends are chosen family, our friends are chosen people that we chose to be around, that we connected with and we found unity with. And our friends are there with us through all stages of life in a lot of ways, and they believe in us and they want to see us grow, and they cheer for us. Obviously there are exceptions to the rules, but you catch my drift. So just a fruit for thought. So I hope you guys take something from this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.